When President Vladimir Putin speaks, the world listens, especially when it's about new weapons rolling off the production line. With the war intensifying in Ukraine and NATO forces building up across Eastern Europe, Russia is taking the gloves off and putting its most advanced missile into full-scale deployment. The Oreshnik has remained mostly in the shadows until now. So, what exactly is the Oreshnik? Why does Russia want more of them? And can Ukraine or NATO stop what's coming? Let's break it down. On June 23, 2025, Putin officially confirmed that Russia has begun serial production of the Oreshnik missile, a new generation ballistic weapon designed to bypass Western air defense and strike with hypersonic speed. Before Putin's announcement, only a small number of Oreshnik missiles were believed to exist. Military Watch magazine estimated around 20 to 30 units, likely deployed for early trials or operational evaluation. These were enough to test capabilities, but not to shift the battlefield. But that's now changed. Russia is preparing to field Oreshnik missiles in large numbers, not just for show, but for war. And then the public wondered why now? First, timing. With the West increasing deliveries of F-16s, long-range missiles, and smart munitions to Ukraine, Russia needs a weapon that can punch through reinforced air defenses and reach strategic targets before they can be used. Second, industrial capacity. Despite sanctions, Russia has effectively shifted to a wartime economy, prioritizing defense manufacturing above all else. By rerouting civilian industries and sourcing components domestically or via third-party imports, Moscow has proven it can sustain production even under economic pressure. Third, it's about military doctrine. The Oreshnik fits perfectly into Russia's updated concept of non-contact warfare, striking logistics, airfields, decision centers, and high-value targets without engaging in close combat or risking manned aircraft. This also helps explain the urgency. Russia wants to saturate the battlefield with these missiles before NATO can catch up. This isn't the first time we've brought up Oreshnik, to be honest. Still, it's worth a quick refresher on what it's all about. The Oreshnik is not just another missile in Russia's vast arsenal. It's a quasi-ballistic, hypersonic-capable tactical missile designed to defeat even the most modern Western air defense systems. According to some resources, the Oreshnik can hit targets up to 1,500 kilometers away. That gives deep strike capability across all of Ukraine and even into NATO border areas without ever leaving Russian or Belarusian airspace, which is a big deal since European countries are so close together. What makes it deadly isn't just the range, it's also about the speed and flight profile. The Oreshnik flies at hypersonic velocity, performing terminal phase maneuvering that allows it to evade interception. Western systems like Patriot, NASAMS, or THAAD were built to intercept predictable ballistic arcs, not agile, radar-evading missiles like this. The Oreshnik was specifically developed to exploit the gaps in these defenses. Its unpredictable flight path, small radar signature, and extreme speed compress detection and reaction time, often to mere seconds before impact. And its versatility doesn't stop there. The Oreshnik is believed to support both conventional and tactical nuclear payloads, making it a dual-use system. That means it can be used for battlefield strikes or as part of Russia's nuclear deterrent strategy, depending on how far Moscow wants to escalate. Additionally, its likely deployment from mobile ground-based launchers means it can be moved and hidden easily, complicating Western efforts to detect and destroy it before launch. In short, the Oreshnik is built to break through the shield and strike when it counts. For Ukraine, the mass deployment of the Oreshnik introduces a new layer of danger that existing defense systems may not be able to handle effectively. Ukrainian officials, as reported by the Kyiv Independent, have already expressed serious concern about the missile's capabilities. The current network of air defense systems, such as Patriot, NASAMS, and Iris-T, has been effective in dealing with cruise missiles and drones. However, these platforms are not optimized to counter hypersonic maneuverable threats like the Oreshnik. The implications for Ukraine are significant. The Oreshnik's combination of long-range, speed, and evasiveness allows it to strike deep behind the front lines, targeting sensitive and strategic assets with little warning. Ukrainian airfields hosting Western-supplied fighter jets, particularly the incoming F-16s, could be struck before the aircraft even take off. High-value military depots housing precision-guided munitions or NATO-supplied hardware become vulnerable in ways they haven't been before. Even hardened command centers and radar installations, previously considered relatively safe due to their rear positions, may no longer be out of reach. This adds a fresh layer of complexity to Ukraine's already challenging defense efforts. Oreshnik's threat isn't limited to isolated strikes. In a real combat scenario, Russia could deploy the missile alongside waves of Shahed drones or cruise missiles. These combined attacks are designed to overwhelm air defenses through sheer volume and tactical confusion. Ukrainian radar operators might be forced to choose between intercepting cheap, abundant drones or high-speed missiles like Oreshnik, often with insufficient resources to stop both. For NATO, the challenge is more strategic, but no less urgent. While the missile may not be fired directly at NATO territory for now, its range places forward-deployed forces and infrastructure in countries like Poland and Romania within theoretical striking distance. This really changes how NATO sees threats, and it might even force them to rethink where they put their air defense systems across Eastern Europe. More importantly, it shows a big weak spot in NATO's ability to defend against these super-fast, maneuverable hypersonic weapons. Right now, Russia seems to have the upper hand there. That's a wrap on today's video. Thanks for watching.